In part 2 of our Dolly video series, we will cover the construction of our unique dental chair dolly. This simple yet effective design will enable you to make the same dollies to use during your next dental chair move. This smart design will maximize the rolling ease and obstacle navigation for the heaviest of dental chairs. Also, stick around to the end for a bonus tip on how to easily load heavy dental chairs into your service vehicle like a pro. Let's get started. Hey guys, Jason here, just here at Lowe's picking up the plywood for the project. What I decided on is this right here. It's this pine 23/32 $41. Figure it's going to make us about 6 dollies, so that's not too shabby. And our other option was over here, more of a premium piece up here. This one here is this is birch, and that's 3/4, and that's $60. But my main concern with this is that it's gonna be too smooth. So I think if we go with the $40 piece, I think that's gonna get us by. So I'm gonna have this cut. The dimensions we're going for are 18 inches by 28 inches. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have them cut 18 inches this way, and there'll be 2 pieces with some leftover. And then at the shop, what I'll do is I'll cut the 28 inches, and that'll give us 6 dollies. All right. Hey guys, I actually lucked out with the plywood. I was able to get the associate to cut it into 18-inch lengths and then cut it into 28-inch sections. So I actually ended up with my 6 pieces, and I came over here and I've got these nut plates here. These are T-nuts. And these T-nuts are what we're going to use for the project. These things are great. All right, and then the plywood's 3/4 inch thick, so we'll go ahead and get some compatible hardware that is probably just around 3/4, so it doesn't go all the way through, but it will come close enough. All right guys, so here's what we have for hardware. We got 5/16 by 1 inch bolts. The plywood's only 3/4 inch thick, so what we're gonna do is these are the nut plates that are gonna go inside the wood, and then I don't know why, but the flat washers, 5/16 are 12 pieces, which we need 16 obviously for 4 wheels, and these lock washers are 16, so it's kind of like, I think in The Father of the Bride, there was a scenario where the hot dogs and the hot dog buns were in wrong numbers. So I'm not going to pull a Steve Martin and rip out hot dog buns to try to make them even. I think that's what I remember. But anyhow, that's what we got. So I'm going to get 2 bags of flat washers, 1 bag of lock washers, and this is going to, with our wood, this is going to get it. All right? Awesome. All right, guys, here we are. We're at Harbor Freight, and these right here are the wheels. Right there, those are them. 3.5 inch, and they got quite a few of them. These wheels are the best ones I've found. They don't wear. They're real hard. They slide easy, and they're just really simple. Haven't had a failure yet, and they're way better than the other ones that I see here. So these ones do not have a locking caster. They just spin, and everything spins smoothly on them. So this is what you'll find at Harbor Freight. It's just in the wheel bent area, and it's just that one right there. All right, 3.5 inch wheels. Here we go. Hey guys, I just found something really funny here. I just actually grabbed my whole handful of wheels, and this was actually pretty funny. So see, that's a correct wheel. Okay, so we're gonna see that. All right, look at this one. Whoop. That is freaking funny. Look at that. The nut's on the wrong way. It's just like, oh my gosh. I wonder what the story is there. I don't know. So, I don't know. Maybe inspect your wheels. Make sure you don't get one like that. All right. See you at the shop.
We have all of our supplies and we're ready to get building.
Now we've got these pieces of plywood that are 18 inches by 28 inches, and we've got our wheels and our hardware. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to use, just going to show you kind of how I originally built this dolly. I just took a carpenter's square and went ahead and put it, let's see, like this, so that it would measure, basically it would just kind of hold everything kind of true. So we're going to use that same we're going to use that same methodology for the new one. Basically this is just 1.5 inches of margin on this side and by 2 inches of margin on this side. This has been working great for me. The only other thing we're going to look at is how far the wheels are from one another, and they're about, I don't know, I don't think I really paid too much attention to that, but it's about 17.5 inches. So we'll just match it. So what we're going to do is we'll first attach the far wheels, and then we'll go 17.5 inches up, and that will be our measurement. All right, that's where we're going to drill. It's about even with where we did have our wheels. So that's in line with those, and that's in line with those. All right. So those are in there. Now I did damage the plywood a little bit, but that's not going to be that big of a deal once I put the wheels on. Alright, so those guys are going to go right there. Some of this up. Alright. Take one set of hardware here. Lock washer, flat washer. And screw everything in there. Down. Now we got it started. And what I'll do is I'll go ahead and sink them in just to where the it basically just starts to become level. So those are pretty nice there. Okay. All right. Now we just got to do the rest. Actually, to make these a little bit better, what I'll probably do is just do some pilot holes. I should actually make it a little bit better. Those guys are all drilled now. Okay. All right, now let's go ahead and get all those nuts pounded in. All right, we'll zip these guys in here. Look here, now let's go and tighten everything up. Again, what I'm going for is just trying to get the bolt to be about even with the nut plate itself. That way I know I've got the maximum engagement. Now these 1-inch bolts are pretty good. Here's where we're at. Basically got these two made. All right, see we're kind of about the same there. All right. Now all we need to do is go ahead and figure out where we want to have the handle on the top. Now I will say I think this dimension right here is about perfect. That is about, I don't know, that's about 1.5 inches there. So I think, yeah, I think that's probably how I'd like to keep it. Now because this is 18, we know that the center of that is going to be right here at 9 inches. So I'm just going to go ahead and mark it right at 9. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and we'll draw right there in that. We'll figure out, okay, so starting right at 9, how wide is my hand? I figure, you know what, if we go 2 inches either side, that opening right there is about 4 inches. So let's go ahead and go 5 inches. So we'll do 2.5 each side of it. So we'll go 2.5 to there, and then we'll go 2.5 to there. Okay, so we basically have a grip of about 5 inches, and we're going to preserve this amount, basically 1.5 inches. So we'll go right. It's 1.5 inches. Now the reason I'm doing this is because I'm going to use my hole saw to go ahead and cut a hole. That's what that looks like. Now, what we're going to do is we'll go ahead and connect those two. As ugly as that was, that actually turned into a pretty nice little hole there. I could probably clean that up just a little bit. All right, now two. All right. All right, guys. Here's the final measurements. Basically, just so that you can, if you're trying to replicate this. Okay, starting from the side that's closest or away from the handle, there's your measurements. Starts at about 2 inches and then goes the length of the wheel there. And then the end of it is right there at about 20. Okay, so see where that other wheel is? And so just so you can see, that's the, and then of course the width is about, or the length is about 28. All right. And then there, we started about 1.5 inches. And then we ended at about 16.5 inches. And we're about 18 inch wide there. Okay. So this right here, again, this is not a precise sport. Although I will say this is my favorite dimensions, and I'm super happy to have another dolly, just like the one that I love. So Old Faithful has a new brother here. And actually, I like how that handle turned out a lot better than that one, although I haven't really noticed the difference. So again, here's our measurements. All right, maybe not fanciest, but you kind of get the gist there. So each side starts at about 6 inches and goes about 5 inches. So it's not quite, and of course, that's what we're looking at there. Okay. There you have it. We got a pretty nice dolly. This is ready to go. Let's go ahead and try to use it on our chair here, and we'll see how we did. And then I'll go ahead and give you that tip I was promising regarding how to actually, once you get the chair on the dolly, how do you get it on your truck? And I've got a real easy way for you to do that. So let's go ahead and get a chair up on a dolly, and then we'll throw it up on the truck just for fun. All right, as promised, we'll go ahead and load up a chair just to show you how I'd go about doing a chair load using a simple technique that'll save you a lot of energy to get a chair from down on the ground up onto your truck. First things first, we'll go ahead and get this chair onto this dolly in the way I showed you in the last video. All we're going to do is just lock the chair in place, get behind it, lift with our legs, get the chair underneath or get the dolly underneath the chair. All right, let the dolly kind of do what it's going to do. Then what we're going to do is kind of step down on the dolly, which should lift the front of the chair if it's back far enough. If it doesn't lift, just move it back a little further. Actually, this is a traversing chair. Might not have picked a good one here, but maybe I did. All right, so we'll rock that back. All right, now pull this back and rock it onto there. All right. Okay, there's our chair onto our dolly. Now this one is a little bit of a fun one because of the traversing mechanism is there. So let's see here, pull it until it locks, maybe. Ugh. Well, anyhow, there we go. There's our chair onto the dolly. That is rolling smoothly. So there it is. It's under there. There's our nice big wheels. All right. There. Easy as pie. This is really pretty simple. Now that we're on the linoleum, I mean this thing just spins around so easy, just like a real simple. Those wheels are just like butter. All right, now. All right, what is going to help us get the job done? What will help us? It's actually right there. All right, this is the Harbor Freight 500-pound cart. I've got 2 of these. These things are awesome. So now what we'll be able to do is we'll transfer the chair from the dolly to the cart. And then from using the cart, we can use it to change levels. So let me show you how that's done. So now, all we're going to do is move the chair, or the dolly, up against the cart. All right, with the back facing us. Make sure you can see that. All right, just like so. So you move the cart up against your dolly, and this might be a little bit of a struggle, but it's not that impossible. It's definitely easier than lifting a chair up in the back of your truck unaided. So on this one, you'll need to set the brakes. Set the brake so it doesn't go rolling off too far. And then all we're going to do is just go and use our legs again. We're going to lift. Right. And then get that up on there. And then using our body, just going to pull with our arms until that chair gets right up there. And then be able to slide it. Like so. Right, like that. Then move it back until it starts to get on there. And then you're almost home free. All right, once we're in this configuration, all right, the chair is on the dolly. Dolly is kind of in there, it's up against the wheels, but the chair has changed levels. Now, what makes this possible is that we left ourselves that handle, which happens to be at the back of the chair. Now, what we'll do is we'll just kind of shimmy that chair out, all right? And then that should free the chair of the dolly. So now what we're gonna do is just lift up the front. And this is just going to slide right out. All right. Now, we've got a chair and a dolly. All right. And now, imagine your truck was right in front of that. Or maybe we don't even have to imagine. Here. Said I was going to load it. Let's not make me a liar. So, we're on the dolly now. So we'll unlock the wheels. Unlock. Unlock. At this point, I'm moving the dental chair just for fun. Alright, so here we are. There's the truck. It's not a very nice day outside, however. Still, go ahead and show you what I'm talking about. All right, we've got a truck that's open, ready to go. There is my plywood deck with Harbor Freight E-Track. I will go ahead and put that video link at the end of this. All right. So here's our chair and our cart. All right, now all we're gonna do is just pump this a couple times. That's going to change the height of the chair. Of course, in order to do this, we'll need to take the headrest off. I do have a little bit of a dip down there, so I'll just have to be careful when I'm doing this. I'll have to say, this Harbor Freight dolly ain't half bad. I mean, that chair is at a respectable height. Actually, what I'll probably do is I'm probably just going to back up my truck a little bit because I don't like that dip. So. All right, much better. So, probably not much better for light, but maybe we'll set it up in a way where you can kind of see what's going on here. So now we got the chair, we got the truck, and I'm just going to go ahead and get it right up to there. And so I'm just going to wheel it right up. Now, in my particular truck, the height of the base is just above where that plywood decking is. So all I got to do is just shove that guy forward, and he's going to go right on the truck. So I'm just going to take the chair, push it forward, and right there. Boom. And as promised, we have a chair, we have a dental chair on the truck. So basically the things that we covered today were how to build a pretty stinking awesome dolly. All right, this thing right here is just pretty wonderful. And you were with me, you saw how we got all the parts, and essentially I'll have to do the math. I'll post at this point in the video, I'll post exactly what the cost is of this dolly. But I'll tell you, it's worth it. I mean, just having a dolly that doesn't get broken when you're trying to do our work, especially as hard as dental chairs are, and something that you can just really enjoy using. And then this little cart right here, this little Harbor Freighter, I'll swear by this guy as well. I mean, it handles those chairs like a champ. So, thanks for watching, and hopefully this helped you out. Have a great day. Have a happy new year. Happy 2021.